progesterone is important. Progesterone is something that your body naturally produces, but that's something that's being inhibited by prolactin that's released with a Mirena IUD. And so I'm afraid that my body just forgot how to do it. Hello beautiful souls, it's Lori. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry, Chubby is always in the frame whenever I try to film. He just is the opposite of camera shy. Pardon me, I'm a mess. I just got back from a run. I also just filmed another video, so I will look the same in the two. I did change the angle of the camera to keep things interesting. As you might have seen in the title of this video, I kind of want to talk about something that I've been putting off for a really long time now. It's kind of like my Post-Mirena IUD issues, and I did mention in the title probably progesterone deficiency and all of that. So I kind of wanted to go over what has been going on since I got my IUD out, because I did mention a few times I think that I got it out last summer, and I was hoping everything would like be amazing. I got it out for certain reasons, and I was hoping everything would get fixed by taking it out, and unfortunately there has been other issues even after taking it out. So this whole video is kind of about my personal experience. I know not everyone goes through this, but maybe some of you have, maybe some of you will. So I guess just sharing my experience might help you make a more educated decision, or at least like be a little bit more aware of certain problems if you ever have similar problems as mine. So there has been a few problems I've had since I put my Mirena IUD in, like over 4 years ago, or like not 5 years ago, but 4 years before I took it out, I guess. So the first one is acne. I never had any acne. If you watch any of my old videos, I never ever had any acne. I had very small breakouts every once in a while, and that was it. And then a month or two after putting my IUD in, I just started like having acne, and it's not the most severe acne, but it's a whole lot more than I've ever dealt with before, and it didn't go away. Another one is weight gain. Within the first year of getting my IUD, I gained 40 pounds, and there was definitely some lifestyle changes that did lead to that, but I think the IUD did not help. Based on some of the research that I've done online, there has been some links, I don't know how legit that is, but there has been some links to Mirena IUD causing the metabolism to slow down, which would lead to weight gain. So that could be a reason. Now, for the problems I've had since I got it out, first of all, I hoped my acne would just clear out, and it's been better, but not great. So I think it has been a little bit better than before, but it's still a problem. It's still an issue. It didn't actually cure my problem. Before I continue, first of all, I want to just mention I am not a doctor or anything like that. So if you do have similar problems as mine, definitely don't take my symptoms and my self-diagnosis as like a diagnosis for you. And for any kind of treatment that I've used myself, I really don't want you to just take it and not do your own research. I've left a lot of articles that I did read that led me to make the choices that I made, my own research, and I suggest you do your own research. You talk to a doctor. I did have multiple appointments with my gynecologist, so I'm not alone in this. Sorry if the frame changed, my camera actually overheated. So I went to get some of the stuff that I will be talking about in this video. I didn't prepare. So yeah. So I guess what I was just saying is, like, I'm not a doctor. Anything I've prescribed myself or any diagnosis that I've made for myself based on my symptoms is purely based on my research and a little bit of talking with my gynecologist. And so definitely don't take anything I say for like actual real facts, and definitely do your own research. Ask your doctor for anything, and really don't go at this alone. My symptoms since I got my IUD out last August have been just not getting any better, because at first I thought it was just getting it out, and then I was waiting it out to see if it was gonna get better, and it wasn't. So the first thing is that I had a very short luteal phase, and I'm not going to go into the whole detail of what a luteal phase is, but it's from your ovulation until the first day of your period, so the second half basically of your cycle. And a healthy one is supposed to be 10 to 14 days, I think, and mine was less than 9 days most cycles. I had a regular cycle, of 30 days or 29 to 30 days. But for the past 3 months of charting, it's been always less than 9 days. And that was based on me calculating my ovulation through waking body temperature and waking basal body temperature and monitoring my cervical fluid. I also had dark spotting for a couple of days before my period every time, and like really dark brown kind of spotting, which can mean that the endometrial lining is not attached properly and it's kind of like shedding prematurely. I guess like the most alarming problem was that my period lasted less than 24 hours. And that sounds great, like for any girl, you're like, wow, like a 24-hour period, that's awesome. But I was bleeding so little and it's not normal, and my body should be bleeding a lot more than that if I had a healthy period. So that's not normal. That means there's something wrong. So all of that kind of led me to believe that I have a progesterone deficiency, which creates this like uterine lining insufficiency. So I think that all of that could have been caused by my IUD. Honestly, I did not get my period for 4 years because of it, so that's most likely what messed up my cycle. On top of that, I had a lot of like mental symptoms of it too, like anxiety, depression, and fatigue can be problems with the whole IUD thing, and it can be problems with progesterone deficiency as well. So all of these things together kind of add up, and based on all my research, that's the most likely outcome, especially because with my gynecologist, we did a lot of blood work, a complete blood panel to make sure that I didn't have anything serious. She even did an ultrasound of my uterus and my ovaries to make sure that that was clear and there was no actual physiological problems, and all of that is cleared. So that means that the most likely problem is my progesterone. Now, she said there's no point in testing or treating my problem unless I have been trying to get pregnant for several months, which I haven't. So she's not going to really help me much more to investigate this problem unless it's preventing me from getting pregnant in the future. So I did not want to wait for me to get... So when I got out of her office, I was actually like very upset, because I was like, you're basically telling me that I would have to try to get my heart broken, or like basically get my heart broken every month because I wouldn't be able to conceive when I would be trying, before you try to fix a problem that we already know exists. Because she admitted that there is definitely a problem, that my symptoms are not normal and it means there's something wrong, but she won't really look into fixing it unless it's preventing me from getting pregnant in the future. So I'm not okay with that. I don't want to wait it out. Because I feel like it could affect other bodily function in the long term. If I have a progesterone deficiency, it could affect other systems as well. It wouldn't be just my reproductive system. So I don't want to play with that. I don't want to wait. I don't want to just wait it out, and I definitely don't want to get my heart broken over and over again until I can conceive. Until I'm told I can't conceive before we do something about it. So with all my research, the first thing I did is start drinking some tea. They're not necessarily going to do much. They're not like skinny teas or anything like that. They're just teas that are good for treating like PMS and that kind of stuff, and just helping like naturally balance hormones a little. So the first one is raspberry leaf tea. This is a traditional medicinal organic raspberry leaf. And I also got the Yogi Women's Moon Cycle Support Healthy Cycle. So I got both of those. I like this one better, but I got both of those, and like they can't do anything wrong, and they may help and they may not, but they taste good, and so to me, like, that's worth it. Like, it's just tea. Oh, I guess like I will link down below a lot of the research, like a lot of the videos that I watched from Femme, and also the books that I read. This one is Period Repair Manual, Natural Treatment for Better Hormones and Better Periods by Lara Briden, I don't know. And this giant tome, Taking Charge of Your Fertility, The Definitive Guide to Natural Birth Control, Pregnancy Achievement, and Reproductive Health by Toni Weschler. So I already had that one, and so I started like looking my symptoms in this first, and when I stumbled upon some of my symptoms, they all pointed towards hormonal imbalance problem. And then I watched a lot of Femme videos, and she actually has a few videos on progesterone deficiency and what she did about it, and she did mention this book, so I got that book, and I also read through just the ones that the pages that related to my problems. And with that, I went also on this girl's website, and I also went on a bunch of other websites. If I look at the links here, there's a lot of Lara, Briden website links. There's also WebMD, Natural Fertility Info, and I Love Women, and things like that. So those have all been sources that I've used to kind of help me make sense of my symptoms and really see what direction to go in. So to go back to what I've been doing to help, first of all, my diet is a vegan diet that's mostly plant-based and nutrient-rich foods. So that has been helping, I think, better than processed junk. So I've been being very mindful of like getting as much nutrients as possible. I also take a multivitamin daily. I've been taking these two. This one is like a hum nutrition vitamin that I was taking already, but I only the main reason I keep taking this one is because it has high zinc. It has 100% of your daily value of zinc, and zinc is supposed to help with progesterone deficiency. I've also been taking maca roots capsules because I don't actually like the taste of maca powder much. I know like most people say it tastes like caramel. I've tried to put it in my smoothies and I just didn't like it too much, so I take it in capsule forms instead. So I take that as well, and maca powder usually helps a lot with women's health and reproductive health and all that stuff. I also ordered some magnesium oil. So this is for the skin, so you just spray it on the skin and then you can like kind of rub it in a little bit. It actually itches a lot because I'm like deficient in magnesium, so I've been spraying that, but it's a little bit uncomfortable. But magnesium is also supposed to help support a healthy reproductive system. So those are all just to like get my levels normal, because I feel like I might have been deficient in a few vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and I think that that might have not helped. So I think I want like my nutrition to be like top shape, my nutrients intake to be top shape, so my system can run smoothly. And so those are most of the things that I've been doing, I think. So those are most of the things that I've been doing, the teas and then like the vitamin stuff. I also tried seed cycling a little bit. So I've been taking flax seeds and pumpkin seeds in the follicular phase of my cycle, the first half, and then using sunflower and sesame seeds in the second half. I don't know how legit that is, but I figured it couldn't hurt. So I've been trying to do that a little bit, and then I think at least one cycle has gone through since I started these, and I know that that's probably not enough to like see real progress, real change. The one thing that Victoria did mention in her progesterone deficiency videos, and that's also mentioned in Lara Briden's website, is Vitex. And that one, I would say don't just start taking this lightly. It's actually very, very strong. It's very potent, I guess. And there's a lot of mixed recommendations online, so I've been really scared to take it, because some people say you should take it for 6 months to a year, and other places say you shouldn't take it for more than 3 months. Some people say you need to cycle it out 5 days a month. Other people don't mention that kind of stuff. Even this bottle says that you're supposed to take 1 capsule twice a day with meals, whereas like another source says that you should take 2 capsules first thing in the morning, because that's when your pituitary gland is most receptive to that kind of stuff. And so like the information is really bad. Some people say you could take it while you're pregnant, some others say you really shouldn't. So yeah, and that's not something I mentioned to my gynecologist, because that's something that's natural, and she doesn't really know anything about that. And so I've been trying to do as much research as possible, and I'm going to be very careful and use this very cautiously. But I would definitely not recommend just jumping into this lightly, because I'm really scared that it will just make things worse when I stop using it. I'm assuming, based on all kinds of reviews and everything, it will make things better as soon as I start taking it. But what if it's just treating the symptom but not the problem, and then as soon as I stop, I get back to where I was? So I can keep you updated, but I don't know if this is going to do the trick. But yeah, that's basically what I've been dealing with. So if you've ever had any issues with progesterone deficiency or anything like that, just let me know. And if you've ever tried any of these things, just let me know if it helped you or not. Once again, I'm not a professional, so probably don't listen to me too much. I'm just here to share my experience, but I definitely urge you to do your own research. And I will link all the links of my research, the websites, videos, and everything down below. so you can check them out and make an opinion for yourself. Progesterone is important. Progesterone is something that your body naturally produces, but that's something that's being inhibited by prolactin that's released with a Mirena IUD. And so I'm afraid that my body just forgot how to do it. And so that's kind of my self-diagnosis. My doctor didn't officially diagnose me with that. She just said that I definitely had a problem, but there was no point in diagnosing me yet. So I wasn't okay with that, and I decided to take the matter in my own hands and really try my hardest to fix my problem myself. But yeah, I definitely urge you to try to work with your doctor if possible. And yeah, I'm sorry if this video is a lot of rambling and a lot of everything. I just wanted to kind of put this information out there in case somebody else can relate, and yeah, hopefully it helped. But like I said, definitely do your own research and definitely talk to a medical professional about it. And I will leave it to that for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helped you. And also, I do want to make another video maybe sometime soon talking about my new contraceptive method, I guess, because I'm assuming some people probably wonder what I'm doing now that I don't have my IUD and I'm not on any kind of hormonal birth control. So yeah. So yeah, I guess if you see me I guess you've seen me enough with this book to know that I'm probably trying fertility awareness method, but I can talk about it more in another video in the future. So yeah, thanks for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!